Welcome to 15 News Weekly, news and activities happening in and around Southfield. Here's your update.
Towards the end of 2018, the Sleep in Heavenly Peace Michigan Western Wayne County chapter successfully built 40 beds with the help of donated materials, volunteers, and donated workspaces. The bed build was just a small part of the SHP process. Chapter President Wendell Gramlich, with a handful of volunteers, completed the last step by delivering the finished beds, bedding, and mattresses to Metro Detroit families in need.
So we're loading up the trucks for the deliveries of the wood.
The first stop was a loving family with 5 kids who received bunk beds. The pre-built frames and sideboards were assembled together while the children anxiously awaited their brand new beds.
There we go, this side red. You always want to go from the side with the same way as the slats. Every bed that we deliver, we have received donations from the Linus Project, and they have made these, they have people that make these blankets all over Metro Detroit, and they give us blankets to put with every bed. And these are handmade quilts and Afghans, and they're really nice and warm too.
That's so cool. That one for Denver.
So who's going to be on top?
Me.
You are? Okay.
With the list of requested beds increasing, the Sleep in Heavenly Peace Michigan Western Wayne County chapter plans to make a bigger impact in 2019. For more information, go to shpbeds.org.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call...
2018 was a big year. Our level of investment was over $30 million, mostly in roads and some water main. We had about $4 million in water main and the rest all in roads last year. So of that $30 million, we had $8 million of outside funds. So we had a lot of major road projects going on, so mostly that's the federal dollars that help us match our major road projects, and particularly for that 9-mile bridge. That includes a lot of federal dollars. Because of the labor dispute in the construction industry, as well as a little bit of cold weather real early in the fall, it really pushed a few key projects that will be going into 2019 for completion. So the service drive is one of them, and that project, particularly, not a whole lot happened between Civic Center Drive and Lasser, as drivers probably have noticed. And then the rest of it really just needs the top layer of asphalt. That's expected to be complete by the end of June next year. And the bigger story, just because of the road closure, is the 9-mile road project with the bridge replacement. So that bridge, because it didn't get as far along as it was supposed to with the labor dispute, that's not going to get completed and open to traffic until late June of 2019. And the other project that is going to spill over into 2019 is our Evergreen Trail subdivision in Winchester. The majority of that work was done, but the top layer of asphalt again, we just ran out of appropriate weather to get that top layer down. So that'll happen in June. That really should be finished by early June. So we had 4 projects that we really got all finished up, or substantially complete, we would say, in 2018. And that would be Lockdale Street. Lockdale also was a project that we put on a road diet. That was a total road reconstruction, went from 4 lanes to 3 lanes. That got all finished up. And we have 11-mile road just east and west of Lasser Road. That was a pretty big project and investment there that got all wrapped up. There's a little bit of sidewalk work we have to complete over by Bell Road on 11-mile there. That'll be taking place as soon as the weather breaks in the springtime. But that project is all opened up. And we've also, in the Pinewood Manor in Bedford Villas subdivisions, we had an aggressive concrete spot repair program for those concrete roads over there.
Our 15 News baking guru, Shell from Shell's Sweet Eats, is cooking up some leaven from the oven in our cooking segment.
Hi, I'm Shell from Shell Sweet Eats, and today I'm going to show you how to decorate cupcakes and chocolate-covered strawberries as a gift for your special someone. The first thing we're going to do today is make the frosting. We'll start off with 1 cup of softened unsalted butter. Whip this in your mixer until it's nice and fluffy. And just scrape the bowl down a little bit to make sure that all the butter is being whipped together. Once the butter is mixed, you want to begin adding your powdered sugar. You have 6 cups of powdered sugar, and add it about 2 cups at a time. Make sure you don't add it all at once because it will fly back in your face and create a large mess. Once that begins to mix, you want to add 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract and slowly begin incorporating 6 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. The first step to preparing your buttercream frosting is to add a little bit of gel food coloring. It's always better to add a little bit and adjust the color as you go along. What's common with darker colors is that after it sits for a few minutes, it will darken. It's best to just add a few drops and then allow it to sit and rest for a while. So when you're getting ready to fill your piping bag with frosting, you want to add your tip. Today I'm going to be using a Wilton 1M tip. You can find it in most grocery stores in the baking aisle. So I have a piping bag here. I've already cut the tip of the bag. You want to take your tip and drop it in like this, making sure that it fits through your hole properly and that all of the teeth of the tip are exposed. You can take your bag and sit it over a glass like this so that it'll be easier for you to fill it with your frosting. And for me, I like to secure the bag, twist it just like this, and secure the bag top with a clip. I use pastry clips to clip the bag, but you can also use an ordinary binder clip that you can find in any office supply store. So I like to clip it just like this on the top, just so it's nice and tight so you can squeeze it and apply enough pressure for your frosting to flow through the tip. So this is your basic rosette. You want to start off in the center of your cupcake, placing your tip right above the center of your cupcake and squeezing with a moderate pressure. Once you have a star and it starts to unravel, just move around in a circular motion, letting the frosting fall. Once you get to the end of your cupcake, just stop squeezing and remove your tip. To make your rosette cupcake a little more festive, you can add sprinkles to the perimeter of it. What you want to do is hold the cupcake at the bottom here, hold your bowl at an angle, and slowly dip your cupcake only on the sides. The next technique we're going to be doing is really simple. You're going to make a cupcake like this. You're still going to use the same Wilton 1M tip. You want to take your piping bag and put it in the center of your cupcake, preferably holding it with 2 hands. Apply a moderate pressure and squeeze, and slowly rotate your hand so that the cupcake will ruffle out. Once you're done, you can add a few more decorations to it. I have these heart sprinkles, and you can place them on there one at a time, or you can just dip them. To make your chocolate covered strawberries, I found that the Ghirardelli chocolate works best. You can add these wafers into a ceramic bowl and microwave them for 30 seconds at a time to melt them. Don't worry about finding strawberries that are perfect this time of the year. Sometimes you'll find some like these that aren't completely ripe, but once you add the chocolate to it and let it sit overnight, it tends to get a little bit sweeter the longer it sits. So the first thing you want to do is open your chocolates, pour it into your bowl. I like to use about a half a bag to start with. I don't like to pour the whole bag at one time just because you don't want any any of the seeds from the strawberries to get inside of the chocolate once it's melted, because it'll make the texture of the chocolate covered strawberries a little bit bumpy. I take these once it's about half full and I microwave them for 30 seconds a few times until it's smooth. After leaving them in the microwave for 30 seconds, you want to take them out and stir it to make sure that it's heating evenly. You can tell when it's completely melted because there will be no drips and it will slide off your spatula just like this. The first step you have to do is start off with freshly washed strawberries. Make sure that they're completely dry. You can pat them dry using a paper towel or a clean white cloth. You want to take your strawberry by the leaves at the top and hold it like so. Hold your bowl at an angle and slowly dip your strawberry and rotate it around to completely cover it. Once it's dipped, you want to hold it by the leaves and allow the excess chocolate to drizzle off the bottom. And now to add the finishing touches. You can use the remaining chocolate poured inside of a piping bag, like this. Make sure that it's still warm so it's easy to drizzle over the strawberries. Cut the tip of your bag really small right at the end so that you'll get a nice fine drizzle. Hold your bag over the top of your strawberry and move your hand in a back and forward motion. Now would also be the time to add any sprinkles you like. As you can see, baking for someone can be quite easy. It's always nice to make gifts with love. I am Shell, and thanks for baking with me. I'll see you again soon.
The Southfield Police Department, the Friends of the Southfield Police Department, and 411 Therapy grouped together to donate costs to the Judson Center's Wish Room for foster children in need.
This is an amazing room where anybody in the community, whether it's a business, service organization such as the Southfield Police, small business such as 411 Therapy, they donate all sorts of items to us throughout the year. So we get animals, stuffed animals, we get back to school supplies, holiday items, gifts, toys, clothing, all year round. So this room actually benefits the children that we serve. They can come in here and pick out anything that they want. It could be a need, a want, but it is definitely here for them.
So 411 Therapy has been a huge supporter of the police. Hassan Fayed reached out to us and said, hey, I'd like to do something with the community. We had also, on a separate issue, worked with the Judson Center and found out they were looking for some winter, sport or some coats, some other things like that. So when we were able to, partner the two up, and we're here today.
Pretty much with the weather, as you can see outside, and there's a lot of children without coats. Unfortunately, can't buy a coat. And this is when we step in and partner up with the Southfield Police and make it happen for many kids.
I wanted to present Hassan and 411 Therapy with a plaque for all of your help, your generous donation that was able to purchase all these coats today so that we could donate them to the Judson Center. So thank you very much, Hassan. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
15 News, in partnership with community representative Latina Denson, started a segment called Unlimited, which features people who may be limited mentally and physically, but still live their lives to the fullest with unlimited possibilities. On this segment of Unlimited, we meet Zanetta Coleman, who doesn't let primary progressive multiple sclerosis get in her way.
My life before MS was full. I worked at Comerica Bank for 10 years. I had just relocated to Dallas. So I was getting acclimated to the new city. But before that, I was traveling a lot, hanging out. I had a big circle of friends, hanging with friends and everything. I was single and no children, so the world was my little oyster. I have multiple sclerosis, primary progressive multiple sclerosis, so it's the rarest form of MS. It hits hard and fast with no relapsing, whereas most people with MS, they'll have an episode and then relapse. Mine just came on and it just progressed gradually. My symptoms first started with just walking funny. My feet felt like bricks when I would try to lift them to take a step, a lot of tripping, and then came falls. And first my doctors were telling me, you just need to work out more, get you some more exercise. So I got a gym membership, and and then it still kept going and kept going. It took actually 3 years before they were able to diagnose me. And mostly I think because I didn't have signs of lesions at first, just the symptoms. Okay. So it wasn't until the lesions started showing up in my spinal tap and my MRI. In my daily routine, I have a caregiver that comes in the morning. She helps me stretch, she helps me shower and dress. I'm unable to do anything for myself. I cannot feed myself, I can't dress myself, I can't scratch my forehead. So yeah, I need assistance for everything. I'm trying to treat the cause and reverse the cause of it, which was just bad habits through life. Who I am as a person believes that this chair is not my end. I'm gonna walk again. So with that, I started my journey about 2 years ago, just researching, and I've drastically changed my diet in the last 2 years in hopes for and in my belief that I would walk again. I have inner peace with my situation, which makes me, like just happy and calm. I'm not okay with being in a wheelchair and, being unable to do things for myself anymore. But I'm at peace with who I am as a person, which brings joy to my heart. I'm Zanetta Coleman. I have PPMS. I shared my story. Why don't you share yours?
Fathers, brothers, Uncles, grandfathers, and other father figures brought their little ladies out for a night of food, fun, dancing, and bonding. Dressed in their best, these girls laid down some great dance moves with the special men in their life. Here's your recap of the 2019 Parks and Recreation Daddy-Daughter Dance. That brings us to the end of this 15 News Weekly edition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.